Welcome to the Fears Podcast. I'm crying blood, everybody. Crying blood. Yeah. Now we're talking. Crying blood. Here we go. Yeah. I'm crying over you. Let's get some ones in the chat. Yeah. L10L Dunno. Yeah. Yep. Crying blood here at the Fears Podcast. Just to let you know, it's not a good sight. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, dang. Here we go. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all are tuned into the Randy Meister. Yeah. I don't even know what Meister means, but yeah, we're just kind of a cool, chill conversation. Going to talk a little bit about the underlying subtext in Ernest Hemingway's novels.
Randy, that was great.
And we're going to be talking about the stock market and the bear high and low markets.
Randel,
and then after that, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of socialism and communism. That's pretty good.
Randy, that was quite the opener. I was off in the distance watching and on my phone, and I was actually using the restroom, my friend. And wow. Drawing blood, lots of blood.
Who doesn't like blood? Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. So anyway, welcome, Randy. How are you?
I'm bloody Fears.
Yeah. Now, is that going to stay on there for a while, or
I don't know? It's permanent marker. So.
Oh God, I hope it's washable, my friend.
I mean, it's gonna come off, even if it is permanent marker. Yeah, I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it says permanent marker, but it's ink. It'll come off.
Okay, I was like, oh God, I hope so. Anyway, buddy, welcome. How are you doing?
But it's bloody.
Yeah. How are you doing? How's things been?
Bloody good show. Yes, very good.
Randall, I know you don't celebrate Halloween, but did you do anything on Halloween night? Did you watch any movies? Did you write?
I went to Applebee's, not for Halloween, just to have at 10 o'clock they have half price appetizers. So something that is usually $6. I mean, something that's usually $12 is $6, and something that's usually $10 is $5. So I had some cheese sticks, and I had a nice quesadilla.
Nice.
Me and my mom call those cheese crisps, Fears. So if you ever hear me use the word cheese crisp, we're talking about quesadillas. That's just the word we have for them. I don't know why she calls it that.
All that stuff at Applebee's, Randall, sounds really good. So I'm glad you had
I wish I had a Randy mug to go with it. That'd be cool.
You were going to get that Randy mug, buddy, this weekend. I'm going to bring it down for you. It's been sitting over there waiting for you because I thought you would be over at my house before this, but Randy's been busy. I've been busy. You just haven't had time to come down. So it's been there waiting for you. But I thought I would use the Randy mug today because it's quite appropriate. Randy, are you excited to get the limited edition Randy mug made by Exhumed Visions?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
So Randy, are you going to keep it or are you going to give it to your mom?
Well, both.
Okay, all right. I just didn't know what you were going to do there, but I thought I would use the Randy mug today because one, we are friends. Two, Randall, you haven't been on the stream in what? How many? Has it been weeks or months or how long has it been?
I think it's been like a week or two.
It's been a minute, so I thought, well, I'll use the Randy mug today because it's quite appropriate. So, welcome, Randy. I appreciate. Actually, I already knew Randall was going to start the stream. I actually had to use the restroom, so I said, "Hey, Randy, you started," but I had no idea you were going to do the whole blood topic and and all that. But that was quite the opener, my friend.
Blood. Now we're talking. Randy, First Blood, Part 2.
I would love to see that, Randall. Picture you get all buff, you got the red bandana around, and then you got like this kick-ass machine gun, and you're like, die, you motherfuckers, just like Rambo style. You do a forward flip out into a field, and you just like eradicate like 50 motherfuckers, and like kill them with bullets and shit, just like Rambo style. Randy, I think we need to get that script working. I think we need to get that going, buddy. Anyway, thank you for opening the chat. Thank you for opening the chat. Thank you for opening the show, Randall. Randall, I'll be honest. I want to say something to you. That I don't say. I need to say it more often, buddy. And I'm being honest. Randy, I'm trying to talk. I can't take you seriously because I can't talk. Like you're like staring me down. No, listen. I've been wanting to say this for a while, buddy, and you know how sometimes it's hard for me to express myself, but I just want to say, buddy, we've had good times together, we've had bad times together, but throughout it all, you have been a great, loving, and loyal friend. You've never given up on fears. Some people have. Some people, I've lost some friends over the years that I either lost interest with me or I guess they thought I was hopeless or something, but you've never given up on me. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for being a loving and loyal friend. You're a good guy. Thanks for all the cartoon works that you do. Thanks for everything that you do. And I really appreciate your advice and I appreciate your friendship, my friend. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you enough, my friend. So I just wanted to say that. And I always appreciate you coming on the shows and us having a good time and stuff. And normally, like 11 times out of 12, we always have a blast on the shows, Anyway, so I just wanted to say that.
StreamYard is here. StreamYard says live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Thank you, StreamYard, for that. Well, I think StreamYard liked the chat. So
I mean, listen,
thank you, StreamYard.
StreamYard has been a loving and loyal fan since he's been a loving and loyal fan.
He's always first to comment.
He is always first to comment. Yeah. Anyway, so Randall, today's topics are catching up with Randall. So I'm going to catch up with you. I'm going to bounce some questions off of you, get some advice from you, because there's been a couple of things that have been on my mind. And I told you off camera, I want, Randall, the best part about you is you give great advice. So I don't want to pull any strings. I'm going to ask you a question, and it may hurt to hear the truth, but I want the open and honest truth. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to ask Randall a few things. Get some advice. Randall, you can bounce some questions off of me if you want to. So the first topic is just catching up. We're going to talk about good things, bad things, what's been going on in your life, what's been going on in my life, because we are hanging out this weekend, guys. We are going to the beach, which I can't wait, Randall, because I was like, we should probably get in, or I said either me or both or Randall. It's starting to get very cold, Randall. So I said, this may be the last weekend. They said it's supposed to be sunny all weekend. So
it is winter right now. You know that, right?
That's what I'm saying. So I said, it's supposed to be really sunny this weekend. So I said, this may be the last week to go to the beach because nobody goes to the beach in December and January in Florida. Like it starts getting warm again at the end of February. Wouldn't you say, Randall? End of February, beginning of March?
More like April.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like March. But anyway, that's when people start going back to the beach. So I thought, this will be like the last chance we get to go to the beach. So I actually went to the beach more this year than last year. Last year, I don't think I made it to the beach once. This year, this will be the second time me and Randall's went to the beach. So at least we got there twice. So anyway, so that's the first topic. We're going to catch up on a few things. The second topic is, Randall, a few days ago, I was telling everybody some Thanksgiving stories. Did you hear the story about how Fears fell in a lake on Thanksgiving?
No.
I will retell that story. But when you did celebrate holidays, I'm going to tell some Thanksgiving stories, and then you're going to tell some Thanksgiving stories.
Yeah.
So that's the second topic. And then the third and last topic is Randall, I finally sat down. I've watched this movie before, but it's been a long time. I watched it as a kid. They made us watch it in film school. I don't know if your class did, but my class, we had to watch it I had to watch Frankenstein in some class, and I had to write like a report about it, like a paper about it. Did they make you do that, Randall? Well, they did in my class. So there's over 30 films in this. So me and Randall are going to be reviewing the first movie that I watched, Frankenstein, an old classic, Randall. Randall, they made that in 1931. And then we're gonna review an old classic, Cinderella. So yeah. So Randall, what would you like to start with? The movie reviews, the Thanksgiving stories, or catching up with Fears and Randall? What do you want to start with?
Let's start with the hard stuff.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to go first, or should I?
You go first.
Okay. So, Randall, I've said this on camera. Randall, I can't take you seriously when you're making all these goofy like faces, because it's about to get deep. All
right. Let's get deep.
I really want to get your advice from a loyal and loving friend, because there's been some things on my mind, and one, I don't know how to discuss it, so hopefully you can help me discuss it. And two, I just need your advice.
Well, Fears, my advice is just get some antiseptic ointment, put it on, lay it on kind of, just a dab, and don't use the whole bottle, and just lay it on there. And
will a dab do you, my friend? All right, I'll try that. Oh, that feels good. All right. No, all right, Randall. No, so I'm being serious. So there's a few things that have been on my mind. So the first thing is, Randall, I'm going to ask you a question and be completely honest, and then I'm going to go into detail about it.
Yeah.
The first question is do you think I'm a good guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think I'm a good guy?
You're very loyal. You're hardworking, number one. That would some people have said you're lazy, and I'm like, dude, you've got 1,000 videos on both channels, so that's like 2,000 together.
Well,
you're not lazy by any stretch of the imagination.
Randall,
whoever says that is full of shit.
Well, Randall, I would say it's half and half. I have spurts of laziness, because there was a time where within this year I didn't upload a new video for like 2 months. Whenever I get super depressed, really, broke down shit.
Yeah, but in those 2 months, you were still working at a job.
I was. Yeah.
You weren't doing videos, but you were working.
Yeah. So in that aspect, I'm not lazy, because I've had a job ever since I think my first job was at 19. Mm-hmm. So in that aspect, I'm not lazy, but I think they're saying that I'm lazy sometimes when it comes to the videos. Now, I'm not lazy when it comes to the streams, but the reason why I asked, why am I a good person, and am I a good person, is because, and you know this, Randall, you've seen me at my best, and you've seen me at my worst. Yep. And before we go into this, as my friend, when have you seen me at the toppest, at the top? I'm sorry, not toppest isn't a word. When have you seen me at the best point of my life? And when was the worst point of my life that you saw as my friend, as an outsider looking in?
I think our last stream was really fun.
It was.
The last stream that we did together, I was cracking up, you were cracking up, we were chuckling, we were having a good time. That was a good stream. The last one that we were both on, that was that was up there.
So you would say that was the highest point of my life?
Okay. Yeah.
When have you seen me at the absolute worst point of my life?
The lowest low?
The lowest of the low.
Probably when you were screaming at me because I said, look, it's at the end. And you're like, it's not at the end. It's not at the end. I'm like, look, I even gave you the screen time. You're like, there's nothing fucking there. And I'm like, it's there, dude. I'm watching it. I'm watching the same video.
I remember that. And I was such a shitty friend, because Randall was 100% right.
It was there.
I didn't have enough patience.
Yeah.
To watch the end of the video. I when it went black, I thought that was the end of it, but Randy's like, Fears, that's why it's called a fucking after credit sequence. Yeah. And for some reason I didn't get that. Hours later, after I calmed down, right?
Yeah.
I go back in and I watch it and I go, holy shit, I am such a fucking asshole. I need to call Randall right now and apologize. I was way out of line. Yeah. And I'm surprised after that you were still my friend. I thought I had lost you I remember you didn't talk to me for like a week, right?
Yeah, around that. Yeah.
I tried like once a day to call you to apologize. And you're like, Fears, I'm not talking to you for like 2 weeks. And then you hung down the phone. Thank God it wasn't 2 weeks. I think it was like a week and a half. And I was like, all right. I'm like, Randy's pissed. I'm like, I said, I won't call anymore. I said, I need to chill out. He needs to chill out. Finally, you called me, and holy shit. I was like, Randy, I am so sorry. You know?
And actually, you don't know that you did this, but it's on Discord. They got proof. You actually flashed my phone number one time. But yeah, luckily for you, it was the 281 number that I don't use anymore.
Oh,
that cell phone is long gone.
Well, listen, I didn't.
You accidentally flashed one of my business cards, and they've got a screenshot of it on Discord. So you need to be a little bit more careful about what you show and what you don't show on.
Yeah, but again, I didn't mean to do that. I remember we had this conversation. I was like, oh, well, thank God Randy doesn't use that number anymore.
Yeah. Hey, and then the whole thing with the license plate. Thank God, again, that license plate, guess what? The one that was on there,
yeah,
I switched that out 2 months later.
Well, thank God, buddy.
Yeah. But it wasn't a license plate that we still use. Well, so we got away with the skin of our teeth on that one.
Well,
what's up, Donnie D or Danny D?
Danny, what's going on? He says, howdy, what up, boys? Next song is on me. Big shout out to Danny. Well, Randall, when I was uploading that video, I meant it all in good intentions.
Yeah. The reason I put that on your hard drive and not on the internet is because I meant it to stay on your hard drive for your own personal enjoyment.
And the reason why I uploaded it and then I took it down, I thought it was okay. And I didn't even think about your license plate because the content was so funny, Randall. You were
it was. It was a funny video. I think I was talking about cash or something.
You were so fucking hilarious, and that was like, how can this not be uploaded? You know. So yeah.
Mega shout out to Danny D, everybody.
Mega shout out to Danny. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. And Danny, I like your profile picture. Randy, what is that picture of? I know it's some famous.
Felix the cat.
Felix. Now, what cartoon is that from?
Felix the cat.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
That's like, what cartoon is Garfield from?
Well, no, I didn't know. I know more about Garfield than Felix. I don't think I've ever seen a Felix cartoon ever, you know.
Well, you know what was funny about Felix is they actually, I don't know how they got the rights to do this, but in Batman Returns, Max Shrek's logo is actually Felix the cat. I don't know how they did that or how they swung that, but that was
Felix the cat. I'm gonna have to look this guy up because you know me, Randall. I love cartoons.
Well, I mean, Felix and the cat and I have a lot in common. Like, he wears black, I wear black.
Yeah.
He has a bag of tricks. I have a bag of tricks.
Oh, so. Wait, in the cartoon, does he do magic?
He's got a bag and he reaches in and he can pull out anything from that bag, like wrenches and ladders and whatever.
Yeah. Well, he has a magical bag, kind of like Mary Poppins does.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I've seen a shitload of Garfield guys, but I'll be honest, Danny and Randy, I don't think I've ever seen. I've seen what Felix looks like, but I don't think I've ever seen the cartoon. But anyway, let's get back to what I was.
Felix was most famous for the clock. He would have this clock, and he would have his tail at the bottom of the clock, and the clock would be his tail going back and forth, and then his eyes would go like this. Every time a second goes by, his eyes would be like that.
I've heard of him. I don't think I've seen this, but you know me, Randall. Like Walt Disney, he was my hero, or he's one of my heroes because I have a lot of heroes. But Walt Disney was one of my heroes. But I love cartoons. Do you like cartoons?
Yeah.
I love cartoons.
I make cartoon spheres. To answer your question unequivocally.
Listen, but I tell people online, it doesn't matter if you're 5 years old or if you're 155. Cartoons are always great. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying, Randall. So the reason why I asked, why am I a good person and am I a good person is I think some people online get, and it kind of bothers me, get the wrong idea about me, and I think it's because the way sometimes, I hate to say it, the way I react to the trolls. Sometimes I do it in a playful manner. Like the only reason why they started a boycott is to get me down, Randall. So I called and said, well, I'm like, they're not going to get me down. I'll turn a negative into a positive. Like them sending me a letter saying, hey, be terrified, Fears, the boycott's on. And I'm like, do I care? No, I don't care whatsoever. And then in my mind, I thought, oh, well, I'll make some juicy, funny content out of it. You know what I'm saying, Randall?
Yeah. And Danny D says, this stream is lit, boys.
Well,
lit.
Appreciate that. Well, Danny, you are lit, my friend, and me and Randall appreciate you as a loving and loyal fan. So, Randall, my idea was, okay, I'm like, well, I'm not going to get mad because, one, I wasn't mad over this, over this dumb letter. Two, I said, well, I'll just turn a negative into a positive, and I'll make some funny content out of it. So I was like, they're only just giving me, material. So my next question is what did you think of the burning of the troll video? A lot of people liked it. I got like 6 likes on it. It's already up to like 70 views.
Honestly, I didn't see it yet. I'll look at it.
Yeah, watch it and let me know if it was a good idea or a bad idea. On both ends, I think it was a bad idea because that's just going to get them mad. But again, they started it. Yeah. But on the other hand, people loved it, So there's a big misconception. I think I'm both, Randall. I think at times I'm a great host. I'm a great guy. Other times it's all how they annoy me. You know what I'm saying, Randall? They love to annoy. Let's be honest. They love to annoy, not just me. They've annoyed you. They've annoyed Carrie. They've annoyed Sega over the years. They don't care about anyone's feelings, Randall. They don't. Yeah. And I'm being honest. I mean, wouldn't you agree to this? A troll doesn't care about anyone. All they care about is making your life miserable and trying to get you down. And my policy. My channel, both of my channels are to do these 3 things: to entertain, to make people laugh, and to have a good time. And usually 11 times out of 12, it is that. But Randall, if you remember when I first started streaming, let's just be honest.
You had epic meltdowns.
I was fucking terrible. I said terrible things. I did terrible things.
Chernobyl ain't got shit on fears in the early days.
It was bad. Yeah. I mean, I would crucify people's life. Beyond belief, Randall. Literally, I would stare into the abyss and I'm like, oh, you said that to me? Well, guess what, motherfucker? Here it comes. And I crucified people's lives so bad that some people never spoke ever again. Some people deleted their channel, like Violent Joe. He's never came back to YouTube ever because of what I said to him and because I took down like 20 of his channels. He was actually afraid. Horrible Harry has never came back because literally I was like, I will find you. I will fucking slaughter your goddamn life. I will beat you up to a goddamn pulp. I said, I will leave you in a bloody fucking mess. I said, the police will have to pull me off of you, motherfucker. I said that shit, Randall. And then
have you ever met Horrible Harry?
No, but he's an annoying little fuck. No, but he was one of the worst.
Who's the guy that you met?
I don't think I've met any of them.
Tommy MC.
No, Tommy MC isn't a.
I'm just talking about people you've met. I'm not talking about trolls.
I was like,
the guy with the fedora hat?
That's Tommy. Yeah, okay. Tommy's not a troll. Tommy's a buddy of mine.
I never said he was a troll. I just asked.
He's the only one that I've met in real life. I've never met a troll in real life.
Tommy's a cool guy. I really do want to meet him.
Tommy's always been a loving and loyal fan.
And he was on what's Tosh.0, right?
Well, he's been on with a lot of people. Yeah, but he's been on with Tosh. That's just one of the people. He's been on other people's podcasts. He's been on TV. I think the only thing he hasn't done is he hasn't been in a movie. But he's been on television though. So he's got that on me. But Tommy's a great guy. Hey, Beer Man, what's up?
I was in a movie. I played Richard Gere's double in one scene in the movie Pretty Woman. That was pretty cool.
Oh, Randall, what a movie to be in. Oh, my God.
You remember that scene where Richard Gere was making out with Julia Roberts? That was actually me.
Listen, she's pretty hot. She's pretty hot, so I'm jealous, Randall.
The time that, Richard Gere snapped Julia Roberts' finger in the jewelry box, that was me as well. A lot of people don't know.
Well, Randall.
Mr. IBC Beerman says, "What's up, boys? Drink us, boys." Yeah,
drink up. Oh wait, I thought he said drink up, boys.
Yeah, I think he meant to put that drink up. Well, you got to realize sometimes people make typos, and what I do when people make typos is I look at the keyboard because sometimes people put an S instead of a D and a D instead of S because they're right next to each other on the keyboard. But S and P are actually really far away, so I don't know what he means by
Beer man. I'm definitely drinking up. I'm having my coffee.
Yeah.
Randall, are you drinking anything? And any energy?
No, I already had 2 energy drinks today. But yeah, a lot of typos are because people hit the wrong key at the same time.
Oh, Randall, anyway, let's get back to what I was saying, because I've got a point to all this. So I crucified people's life. Now, is Fears proud of that? No. That's why a long time ago, I literally purged my channel, Randall. I went to Fears Vlogs, I went to Fears Man 26, and I don't know if I got them all, but I sat for 2 days and took down every bad, stream.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is, Randall, the next question, and be completely honest, do you think I have changed and grew as a person?
Yeah, you have definitely changed for the better. Yeah.
Well, here, let me finish, and then tell me your whole answer. It's a 3-part question. 1, do you think I've changed for the better? Do you think I've changed from the old Fears to the new Fears? And how have I changed? All right, go ahead.
You definitely have changed. You definitely changed for the better. And your leaps, like Superman leaps and bounds, farther away from what you were in 2006. Like, you are a completely different person from then. But I will say this, you still have a way to go.
I know I do. Listen, I know I'm stubborn. I'm still stubborn when it comes to a few things.
Yeah.
But if I look at the younger version of myself, I don't know why I was so angry back then, Randall.
Because, like when that Spectrum guy asked, like, what do you do? I mean, that was an honest question, so. I mean, if you're saying, hey, I make my living on the internet, they're like, well, is he like a stock trader? Or is he like, does he run a website? It's an honest question,
But I answered him, though. I said,
but you said you kind of shouted it at him, like just for your information.
That was a different person. But no, I told the person that you're talking about, I said, I do both jobs. I said, I work at a factory job, and that's mainly where I get my money. But I said, I do get another portion. I said, I recently have been making money on one of my YouTube channels.
Yeah. Mr. Eggnog Man says, howdy, boys. Drink us up on Christmas, boys. Yeah.
Oh, trust me, Eggnog, when Christmas rolls around.
I think they mean drink IBC beer and drink eggnog.
No, I've had eggnog before, but I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever had IBC beer. So, yeah.
IBC, that's root beer, by the way.
I don't think I've ever had
I'm pretty sure.
Is it good?
IBC, yeah, it's good.
Okay. So, Randall, the reason why I brought these up is over the last, I'm going to say, I don't know why. I think I know why I was so angry as a young person. As a young person, you're already having a hard time, fitting in, I didn't have many friends. I got picked on a lot. I'm sure, Randall, did you get picked on a lot when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Did you have many friends or just a few friends like I did?
Oh, I had boatloads of friends, yeah.
So
when I was younger, I looked exactly like Butthead, and my best friend looked exactly like Beavis. And we wore the exact same kind of outfits that they wore, like a t-shirt and shorts with long white socks and black shoes.
Well, it took a long time.
Me and Joe Aguayo looked a lot like Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, was that one of your best buddies?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully he doesn't mind that we said his last name on camera, Randall.
Oh, he's I haven't seen Joe in and I looked for him on Facebook. I couldn't find him. I haven't seen Joe in like 30 years.
So there's a reason why I brought all this up. Like, I think the reason why I was so mad as a kid is I was trying to fit in. It's hard making friends in a small little town.
Yeah.
And then I had so many dreams of like going to Hollywood, and then that didn't pan out. So I got angry at that. Uh-huh. And then the dream changed. At first I wanted to be an actor. I found out very quickly, Randall, I'm not that good of an actor. But then I fell in love with still being on camera, but being more of a personality, more of a host. And I love doing stuff behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I am kind of the front man, because I'm the host of the stream, I'm the host of the vlogs, and whenever I review some, so I was like, I can still be the front man running, but will Fears ever be like an actor like Tom Cruise? No. So the dream kind of changed. So over the years, I've gotten less and less mad, and I get my anger. Rarely was my dad mad, but when my dad did get mad, holy shit, did he get mad? Yeah. And you know how much I love my dad, so I get my anger from my dad. I wouldn't say I have anger issues, but when I do get angry, I fucking Hulk out, and you know this, Randall.
Yep.
It takes me a good 15 minutes to probably calm down, and my dad was the same way, because whenever my dad got mad, holy hell, I was like, oh shit, I'm in deep shit, because I knew, like, my dad had more patience than me. I think my patience has gotten better over the years too, Rand, but like you said, we still got a while to go.
Yeah, but some of your patients still die on the operating table, though.
Oh yeah, I agree. But some people online, I don't have any patience for anymore. I've given them so many chances, and you can only give so many people so many chances. Where I'm like, well, now they're just playing Fears like a fool. I'm not going to give them any more chances, And people have a lot of misconceptions. Like, I'm not going to make fun of Yakov, but Yakov wrote me one day and said, "Hey, Fears, you know what? I think I'm just going to watch your streams anymore. I don't think I'm going to comment anymore." He goes, "You're too obsessed with porn, and you're too obsessed with like getting girls." And I was like, that's completely untrue. I'm like, yes, I do like to date girls, but he goes, well, it's always porn star this and porn star that. And I'm like, I wrote him back and I was like, yeah, Yakov, it's a joke. Obviously, I've never met a porn star in my life, Yeah. I can't tell you
where that comes from is somebody edited a video, and of you saying that you went to a porn convention. Did I tell you this?
No. Oh no, I took it down, Randall. That video's down. I took it down. Yeah. No,
I think that actually might be where some of the boycotting has come from, because I'm not going to say what it is, but if you watch the video where you're on the news, you see how we have the ticker tape down here right there where it says, "Welcome to the Fears Podcast, hanging with Randall."
Yeah, I saw.
There was an obscene thing on there, but it had nothing to do with you. It was current news that was happening at the same time. And I think some people, I think Resi commented on it, and I should probably tell her that subtitle has nothing to do with what Fears was talking about.
Exactly.
Nothing.
I was talking
zero.
Zero. I was talking to the reporter.
You were talking about people about the Comic-Con, and it had nothing to do with what was appearing on the subtitle people.
So I'll tell the fans, and I'm glad that you brought that up, Randall, because I'm like, Randall doesn't know.
Because I think that might be one of the sources of the boycott, to be honest.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, Randall. One, I don't care that they're boycotting me. Two, Randall doesn't know. I said, "Hey, Randall, could you find out?" Randall said, "Hey, Fears, I tried. I couldn't figure out what it was."
Well, I emailed you those 4 things. So
yeah, but you weren't sure about that. You were like, maybe this Fears. I have no idea. I don't even know why. So I'm glad that Randall brought that up. Excuse me for a second. My lips are chapped. What Randall brings up a good point. So I'll bury this rumor right now. I was at the convention. The reporter noticed that I was vlogging, and she thought that was cool. She came up to me. She tapped me on the shoulder. She's like, "Hey, I'm going to interview the host, which is my friend Jeff that owns the convention. Right after I interview him, do you mind if I interview you about your vlogging, about how many conventions you went to, why you like conventions?" And I said, "Oh, absolutely." I said, "Go for it." And I said, "Can I promote my channel?" She went, "Have a ball. Go nuts." And it was just darn bad luck, Randall. When the broadcast aired, what Randall's saying, how like they have that little ticker tape thing floating, going across the screen. Somebody, Randall,
just like we have at the bottom of the screen, right here.
So I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like some guy raped some kid, or some guy had raped a bunch of people near Gainesville. So
it was going across the screen at the exact same time Fears was on, and people took shots of that, screenshots, and if you look at the screenshot, it's totally out of context.
It is. And so So I told a bunch of my fans that had nothing to do with me, and they're like, "Well, why are you on the news, Fears?" And I said, "I'm on the news because the lady gave me an opportunity to plug my channel, to talk about Jeff's conventions, because I love Jeff's conventions."
Yeah.
So I'm just telling
had 0% to do with that little shit on
exactly.
on the
I had 0% to 0%. Do. I don't know who that guy was that raped a bunch of people or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take it off because it's part of the broadcast. They do that a lot in news. While they're reporting on something, if something like catastrophic happens, you've watched the news, they flash it across the screen like, "Hey, next segment is this topic about this guy doing this crazy shit,"
Yeah, or like fire in Omaha, or Washington government gets shut down.
Exactly. So
had 0% to do with
that. Had nothing to do with me. So I just wanted to clear that up when we were chatting, Randall. And
also, Fears has nothing to do with the fire in Omaha or Washington shutting down.
Because tomorrow that'll be the next rumor about me.
Fears shuts down Washington. Oh.
Yeah. No shit. Oh my God. It's all your fault, Fears. No, actually it's 0 my fault, So, Randall, they make up a lot of rumors about me, but I'll give you another example. And I'm not making fun of Pixel, because I told you it was nice to see Pixel back in the chat, yesterday.
Yeah.
But he likes, like some of the trolls, Pixel's a double person, kind of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He's a loving and loyal fan, a loving and loyal friend. But let's be honest, Randall, he likes to push the limits. He likes to push people's buttons. He does.
Well, again, if they're your fears, if they're your friend right now, I would not talk about them bad at all.
And I don't know where me and Pixel's friendship is right now, but I'm just making a point on.
Pixel's awesome. He's a cool guy.
He is. But the one thing I don't like about him is I don't understand why he does this. He's such a loving and loyal friend. I've asked him for advice. He's gave so much to the Fears Man channel. But then there's another side where this Mr. Hyde comes out. Like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I don't know why he brought this up. He comes in, "Hey, Fears, guess what? Jason is going to have a kid," Like, my old friend, Jason Cool, that I'm not friends with anymore. One, I was like, he only said that to try to provoke me. He didn't provoke me, so he failed miserably.
Well, also remember this, Fears. There are fake Pixels. There's fake everybody.
But I don't think it was a fake Pixel. I think that was really Pixel. And in my mind, I'm like, why would he bring that up? I don't care about Jason anymore. I mean, I wish him and his wife and his new kid best of luck. But me and Jason don't get along. He's a different person. I don't like someone that gives up on a friendship, which I thought was terrible.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, Jason is a follower. He doesn't have a mind of its own. He decided to choose trolls over, oh God, me and Jason were 14-year friendship.
Yeah.
And I told him many times, "Jason, if you want to resolve this, let's just off air have a conversation." And he didn't want to do that. He's like, "Oh, Fears," and he gave up. But like
Angelina Zoe says, "Hiya, boys."
Hey, Angelina, good to see you. But like Randall, you've never given up on me. I never gave up on you. God, we have been friends for what, 15 plus years, something like that.
Yeah. Me
and my best buddy Eric, it's going on 19 plus years. And trust me, me and Randall have had our battles. Me and Eric have had our battles. But you're not always going to agree when you're in a friendship. But if you're a loving and loyal friend, you don't give up on someone.
Yeah.
And I don't like, that's what
I think we had a month break one time because
I think that was the longest, Randall. But again, I tried everything in my power.
Well, the thing is that some of the trolls called my mom and got my mom irate. Like, she was screaming in the room, and I came in and go, "Mom, what's wrong?" And she goes, this car dealer won't talk to me. And I took the phone, and it was one of those fucking
See, that's what they do, Randall. Like, I had no control of that. I had no idea they were doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was one of those phone calls where it's like an automatic thing where they don't listen to what you say. They're like, "Hello? Yeah, who's this? Yeah. What do you want? Don't ever call here again. If you call here again, I'm gonna blah blah blah."
That's terrible because
she got irate, and my mom is she was 73 at the time. She doesn't need to get in a tizzy over this.
And I don't know how they got your number. I never gave out your number. I never will give out your number. And I hope that never happens to you and your mother ever again.
Yeah.
So. That's terrible. But anyway, getting back to Jason, the reason why I'm so bitter about him is I gave him multiple chances. I said, Jason, we shouldn't throw this friendship away.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he probably wants to keep that private. He probably doesn't want to hash it out on stream.
And I absolutely agree. I told him, I said, let's talk off camera. And he blocked me on everything. He blocked my number, everything. So he's not really that good of a person, So you Pixel was trying to bait me into getting annoyed. And all I said yesterday was, that's great for Jason. I'm glad, he's having a good time with his wife. I wish him luck on their new child. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl that Jason's having, but apparently he's having a new kid. I wished him luck, But we don't talk anymore because Jason is a follower. He doesn't, and it just showed you how much he didn't care about our friendship. If he would have really cared about our friendship, he would have been like, well, let's work this out, Fears. Let's talk off camera. So I've been bitter about that,
Well, again, Fears, I read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and one of the main things is the main principle, the very first principle they teach you in the book is never criticize, condemn, or complain. And let's say that Jason was watching and he did want to get back with you, and you came on here and said, yeah, Jason's a follower. He doesn't care about me. He's probably not going to enjoy that too much.
Right, I'm just telling the truth. It shows.
Sometimes you don't need to say the truth, Fears. Sometimes it's inappropriate and wrong to say the truth.
All right, well, fair enough.
If I see a fat woman on the street, I'm not going to go up to her and say, hey, you look ugly. You're horrible. You should lose weight. Fatty, go get on a weight loss, get in the gym or something. It may be the truth, but it's not appropriate to say. So even if some things are the truth, sometimes you need to keep things on the down low.
Fair enough, Randall. Fair enough.
Sometimes, it's if they're your friends now, don't say oh, he used to be an asshole back in the day. Because this is a direct example. You did say that about somebody. I don't remember who it was, but you were friends with them. And then you're like, oh, man, this guy was a real asshole a year ago. And I'm like,
Randall, fair enough.
Probably not liking that. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
I just want my fans and the community to know that I'm not a bad guy. I always mean good intentions.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of energy, because I have ADD.
It's going good, Angelina Zoe. I like that name, by the way. That's a cool name.
That is a cool name. You know, so it's going good. Me and Randall are hashing some things out because I want Randall. I value your friendship and I value your opinion. So I'm glad you're doing good, Angelina. That's good. That's good. So the reason, Randall, and you make good points, Randall. I shouldn't say that, but I just didn't like it that he gave up. But I mean, he had his reasons. Again, another thing that people said that I drew Sam away. I don't know what happened. I didn't draw Sam away.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Sam either. I mean,
that's another that's another rumor that people are getting wrong. Everything was fine with me and Sam. We went to dinner, and I've analyzed that night. We never got into an argument, Randall. We went to dinner. We went axe throwing. We did a vlog. We were having a good time. I have no idea what happened. A few days later, I called him and said, hey, I said, I'm going to go visit my family soon. I said, if I give you some gas money, Sam, I said, would you be willing to take me to the airport? Because you were too busy, Randall. And I know you would have done it if you could, but you couldn't. And I didn't want to pay all that money. I mean, I ended up paying for a parking lot because Sam didn't do it. But at the time, I was like, oh, well, Sam's going to take me. I don't want to pay that much money. And Sam said, yeah, no problem, Fears. I'll take you. What day is it? I gave him the schedule. I said, oh, I'm leaving on this day, and I should be back on this day. Would you have a problem picking me up? And he said, I may not be able to pick you up. And I said, that's fine. I said, can you take me? I said, when I get back, I'll just take an Uber home. Yeah, no problem, Fears. Called him back another day, and he said, oh, you know what, Fears? I actually can pick you up from the airport and take you to the airport. No problem. I said, great, no problem. And I said, hey, we totally should hang out, before I leave for my trip. Oh, yeah, we'll do that, Fears. And then I remember him asking, hey, how did everyone like the axe throwing vlog? I said, people loved it. It was great. I said, they're looking forward to the next one. He goes, oh, me too, man. And then after that conversation, Randall, nothing. And I tried to call him. And eventually I just gave up. I haven't called him in months.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I've tried everything. So that I was kind of bitter about. So
Yeah.
I think the fans and the trolls and everybody get misconceptions about me.
Yeah.
And the reason is I wouldn't say I'm a moody person, but when I do get in moods, it's not just, just to do it. It's because something's going wrong in my life. Again, everyone has this, Randall. You have good days, you have bad days. You know what I'm saying? And again, this year has been kind of hard because this is the first year without my dad. I wish I could have had a few more minutes with my dad. I wish I could have said more to my dad. I regret sometimes fighting with my dad back in the past, because me and my dad, as much as I loved my dad, we didn't always agree,
Yeah.
And you're not always going to agree. I'm sure tons of my fans and trolls and everybody can relate to this. Everybody can relate to this. You love your family unconditionally, right?
Yeah.
But you're not always going to agree with them.
And remember, your mom is up there. She's not going to be around forever either. So
exactly.
keep that in mind when you talk to her.
Yeah. So me and my mom's relationship has grown leaps and bounds. I'd say my mom is so stubborn sometimes. Sometimes she's even stubborner than I am, Randall. Literally, there's been times, I kid you not, Randall. I swear, I'm not even lying. Scout's honor. Scout's honor. My mom's tried to convince me that a red pen was blue, and I couldn't fucking take it anymore. And I went, Mom, this fucking red pen is fucking red. And I grabbed a piece of paper and said, look, red. And then she would drive me nuts. It's like, well, no, it's kind of blue. And I'm like, oh, I fucking give up. It's been that kind of shit. But ever since, even before, like when my dad started getting sick, me and my mom's relationship has changed. Like I can't even remember the last time me and my mom had a fight, Randall. We haven't had a fight in probably 2 years. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
And I think my mom finally, I had a sit down conversation, said, Mom, you have to admit when you're wrong sometimes. And she goes, yeah, I know. And she goes, but so do you. I said, I know. I said in the past, I never would admit that I was wrong. When I was younger, Randall, when I was young.
Yeah.
I'm always right. Fears is always right. Me. And I regret doing that. Yeah. When I got to about 18 or 19, I was like, well, I'm not a perfect person. Nobody's a perfect person. I should probably admit when I'm wrong. So now I admit when I'm wrong,
Yeah, we all have our faults, and you got to take that into account when you're dealing with people.
Again, I'm not like, nobody is a perfect person. Like we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. Yeah. Randall, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. I'm not going to tell them. I have my strengths and my weaknesses. So does my mom, so does my dad, my brother, everybody, Like my mom's strengths, she is the sweetest lady on the entire planet. Her heart is so big, she'll do anything for anyone. Whether she knows you or if she doesn't know you. She's really active in the church. She makes quilts, at church, and then she'll sell them and she'll keep some of the money, and then she gives the other money. She donates the other half of the portions, like to the church. Like I remember when the roof was bad, she donated a bunch of money to have the roof not replaced but fixed. That was a bad.
So Angelina Zoe says, "I'm doing good, boys."
I'm glad you're doing good.
Yeah.
Big shout out to all the fans. Shout outs to Danny, Eggnog, Angelina. Who else is in here, Randall?
IBC man.
Yeah, Danny. Yep, everybody. And then shout out to the loyal and loving Randall. Randall, don't you love that you're on a fucking mug? This is the greatest.
I do.
Fucking great. Every time I open the cover, I'm like, there he is. Fucking Randall on a mug,
Yep. My mom's going to love that when she sees it.
Oh, dude, how could you not,
Yeah.
I drink out of the Fears Man 26 mug at least once a week, if not more. The Fears Vlogs mug, and then the Randall mug at least twice a week.
Yes.
But Randall, I try to
And I drink out of the severed head of a troll.
Oh, damn, that was deep, Randall. That was fucking deep. That got Renaissance real quick. Yeah, you know what? I severed a head of a troll, cut open his brain, and I drank out of his severed head, motherfucker. I was like, damn, Randall. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that. I mean, that's good. I'm like, we're getting deep in this shit, Randall.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to tell you and the fans, if I've ever offended anyone, I'm not going to apologize to any troll. That'll never happen, because they start a bunch of shit. But all my loving and loyal fans, if I've ever done anything to annoy or insult someone, I apologize. And Randall, I apologize to you too. Because those are the people that I care about the most. I love my loving and loyal fans.
Yeah.
I could care less about trolls. I don't care that they boycott me. They can boycott me until the end of time. I could care less. But I do care about my loving and loyal fans. You know, some people, I'm not going to mention any names because I know right now he doesn't want me to mention his name. Some people are taking a break right now. And I can't wait till he comes back. And Randall, I know what I did was wrong. You know? And I know why he felt this way. I didn't mean this person, he's a nice guy, but he doesn't like a lot of publicity sent his way. You know, he's more of a quiet person. I'm more of an outgoing person. Everybody has a different personality. You know what I'm saying? And I promoted the shit out of his channel. The reason I did is because I love his merch. I do. He makes good merch. I like his funny meme merch. And ever since he took a break, I haven't attempted to buy anything. I thought, you know what, I'll wait a couple months. I'll leave him alone. You know, I'm being honest. I did contact him because he loves Halloween as much as I do. I didn't get a response, but he didn't block me. I just said, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. I just wanted to let you know, I hope you and your family have a good Halloween. Just saying hi. And that's it. And I probably won't contact him for quite a while, you know, because he said he's not going to come back until a year, like next year.
Well, he said New Year's.
Oh, well, I heard something different. Like when he was in the chat, he said, I'll see you next year, you know, so which is, I guess, technically next year. But I know what I did wrong. I should have just I know these three things probably got annoying to him, Randall. Every time I did a stream, I contacted him and said, hey, I'm doing a stream. Come. And then he felt obligated to come every single time. I should have done that. I should have just been like, hey, I shouldn't tell anybody when I'm streaming. Whoever wants to show up, you know what I'm saying? So that was one thing. Two, I asked him so many questions that he felt obligated to answer every single question. I made him a part of the show. Yeah. And before that, he liked to just do his work and then comment whenever he wanted. So when he does come back, I'm going to go back to the old format. Like, hey, I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to stream. Whenever you show up, you can show up on your own time and you can comment whenever you want, you know? I mean, I'll respond whenever this person comments, but I'm not going to actively, you know, seek out, hey, I'm going to ask you 1,000 questions. So I understand that was wrong. And then he probably felt smothered. Like I was like an old girlfriend that wouldn't quit. And that was the farthest thing, you know, that I wanted, you know. I contacted him a lot is because I value this person's advice. He's good, like you, Randall, giving advice. He's been a loyal fan, and he's been a loyal friend. And I hope one day I can still hang out with him. I don't know, because I was going to do a trip next year to visit this guy, and I couldn't wait to hang out. And I just got really excited. Sometimes my energy takes over, and I have so much energy. You're used to my energy, Randall. I don't think this guy was used to the Feeders Man's energy, but I always mean the energy in always the best intentions. You know what I'm trying to say? And I guess it got too overwhelming for him, and I'm sorry to him too. It was never my intention to overwhelm him, any of that. So a lot of this shit's been on my mind, you know. My next question, Randall, is: do you think things will get better? Do you think things will die down? Do you think things will get kind of like back to normal?
I think it already is.
Well, I mean, yeah, people have been commenting more, you know, but I hope some people that took a break, like I hope Pixel comes back. I hope this other person that we're talking about, I hope he comes back, because they were loyal fans and friends, and they were two of my best online friends. And now I haven't talked to like Pixel. That was the first time I talked to him in.
Well, you know, the boycott isn't really a boycott. They're watching. They're just not commenting.
Yeah, and again, I don't know why they're boycotting.
Because I'm in the Discord and they go, oh, Fear said this, Fear said that. Like, they are watching.
Oh, I know they are.
They're just not commenting.
I know. Listen.
How many viewers do we have right now?
We've got, well, we did have 7. Now we have 6.
Yeah, they're watching.
And normally, Randall, on a good show, like an intense show, I think the most I usually get is like 13, 14.
Yeah.
On a medium show, I usually get around 6 or 7. And then on a low show, I get maybe 2 or 3. So I know they're watching, you know. It just gets annoying sometimes where I'm like, well, I don't even know why I'm being boycotted. But again, I don't care that I'm being boycotted. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're trying to take my positive energy and get me down. You know, why do a boycott? That's the only reason why, is to throw negativity to my show, negativity to me, tear me down. But they're not going to tear me. That's why I thought, oh, I'll just turn a negative into a positive. Like, I'm not afraid of the Oracle. I was like, all right, I'll just turn this into a big joke. And that's why I did the burning of the troll mail, you know?
Yeah.
People loved it.
How many cuts were in that video?
I did a few edits. I'd say there was like 4 or 5 edits, 4 or 5 cuts in it. And then I put like 1 or 2 transitions into it. I made it real quick, Randall. Yeah. So when after this, you get done, go ahead and watch it.
Take a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know what you think. So, yeah.
All right.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about, Randall, is I thought it'd be great because we haven't talked about this in a while, and I'll let you go first, and then I'll tell you about yours. Be complete. You won't hurt my feelings, Randall. I just want to know the truth from a loving and loyal friend. What are my top 5 weaknesses, and what are my top 5 strengths?
Your top 5 weaknesses. Praying for patience. You shouldn't do that. You should not do that. Because here's the thing about praying for patience. Let's say I pray to be the best fighter in the world.
Okay.
Well, if I pray to be the best fighter in the world, what do I have to do to prove I'm the best fighter in the world?
You have to fight.
I have to get in fights. Yeah. And it's the exact same thing. Don't pray for patience. Pray for peace. Don't pray for patience. Because, I mean, if you pray for patience, well, then guess what? God is going to test your patience.
Yeah.
And he's going to give you opportunities for you to display your patience. So I never pray for patience. I pray for peace, you know.
So that's number 1. What are the rest of my weaknesses?
Number 2, trying to think, anger maybe. And let me see. I don't know. Let me go to the strengths. Number 1, you're hardworking.
Okay.
Number 2, when you're funny, you're hilarious.
Well, I appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, because I love making people laugh. I really do. Like I said, the goal of my 2 channels is the same: entertain people, make people laugh, and have a good time. Those are the 3 things that I want to share across the board to my fans, both on Fears Vlogs, the streams, FearsMan26, my TikToks, everything that I post. I try to have uplifting, funny content, nothing negative.
Number 3 weakness is one that I have as well. We eat too much junk food. I can admit it.
Oh yeah,
we eat out too much, you know.
Yeah, and I've been trying
junk food and fast food.
I have really been trying. I don't buy as much junk food. I've been drinking less soda, and I have been getting back in the gym here and there when I can. I need to get in. I need to have a constant flow at the gym. I'm telling you, depression is a bitch, man. When I get depressed, it's deep.
Yeah.
You know?
4th weakness, your memory's not as great as it could be.
And I don't
Sometimes we have the same conversation over and over and over again.
And I don't mean to. It just is the older I get, some things, but you have to be honest, some things I'm really good at remembering, Randall. Like movie dialogue, I can remember that like nothing.
Yeah.
It's certain things I'm not good at remembering. Like sometimes I'll remember half a story. I'll get the first half of the story right and the middle, but the end, you're like, Fears, that's not how the fucking story ended. And I'm like, really? And then you're like, yeah, I got to tell you the ending. And then I'm not good at remembering people's names sometimes, and I sure as hell am not good at remembering people's phone numbers. Let's say this is my phone, Randall.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Fears, I wrote my number on a piece of paper. I'm like, oh, no. Don't do that, because I'll probably lose the piece of paper. I'm like, here's my phone. Put your number and your name and your email in my phone so I know it's you and I won't lose your number, you know? So I know my...
One of the conversations that I'll be honest, one of the conversations that we have constantly that is kind of annoying that you almost bring up every single phone call is, my mom not letting me use her car. To let you know, Fears, I'm not on my mom's insurance.
Yeah, I know.
I technically should not be driving that car at all because I'm not on her insurance. If I get in a wreck or if I get in a crash or if I even get a dent in the car, I'm going to jack up her insurance rates.
And the reason why I bring that up, Randel, is I just wish it could be more fair where you could come visit me and me visit you, because to get to Randall's, you guys, it's like an hour and like
an hour and a half, yeah.
Like an hour and 45 minutes, and that's with no traffic. With traffic, you're looking at like 2 hours and 10 minutes.
And then again, also another thing is like
that's why I bring it up.
I got my license in 2019. I'm a late bloomer. I got my driver's license at 39.
Fine, it doesn't matter when you get your license.
But hold on, I've only been driving for 4 years, and the road to your house is literally the deadliest road in America. Like I-4, there are more fatalities on that road than any other road in the entire American country.
That's true. And I know it's kind of scary. Like I've been driving a lot longer than you, so I'm not afraid anymore. I'm a really good driver.
You've gotten into, some fender benders too. So I mean,
none of them have ever been my fault. The two that's been in Florida, never. Like the first one was when I first met Casey. It was the day I met Casey.
Your car was parked and you came out and it was, but
one guy had scraped. So that was the first one. The second
one, but you did get into a car accident where you had to get some of your intestine removed. So
again, that wasn't my fault though.
Yeah.
That was another guy.
It wasn't your fault, but if a car runs into me, that's not my fault either.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that insurance doesn't skyrocket.
That's annoying, Randall. But the reason why is I asked you one time.
I know, because we agree that it would be I would go there, then you would come here. I would go there, you would come here. I get it.
I had a conversation with my mom. I said, "Mom, it's not fair." I said, "I always have to come to Randall's."
Yeah.
And Randall only came to my house maybe in 4 years. I think you've came 4 times.
Yeah, around that. Mike's taken me sometime. Although I had to cut Mike off because Mike. I
heard.
He was not a smart man, and he was just doing stupid stuff all the time. I don't want to
make fun of him on camera, but Randall, the stories that you told me off camera, holy shit! I was like, I'm so glad you're not his friend anymore.
Well, Mike was getting drunk and grabbing girls' butts, and I was like, Mike, number one, Mike is Jewish, so in the Judaism religion, they have this thing called shomer nagia, which means if you're not married to a woman, you don't touch women.
Well,
that's
Randall,
part of the religion.
You don't touch women in general. Now, if they're your girlfriend or a wife,
no, not in general. According to the Jewish religion, if you practice shomer nagia, you don't touch any woman that's not your wife.
But what I'm trying to say is
not hug them. You don't handshake them.
I understand. Randall, what I'm saying is, let's say you're not Jewish, right? In general, a man, at least in my eyes, a man should not disrespect a woman, hit a woman, touch a woman inappropriately. Now, it's different. If you're a wife, well, obviously the wife loves to touchy-feely you, and you can touchy-feely your wife. Or if it's a girlfriend, if you're allowed to touch your girlfriend if the girlfriend likes to be touchy-feely, that's different. But if you're just some random woman at a bar and then Mike's drinking, going fucking ballistic, hey, Tara, what's up? Let me slap your ass. Well, obviously that's not right, Yeah. That's not right at all. So when you told me that,
and it's compounding with his religion because he's very orthodox, and I'm like, dude, you according to your religion, you can't even handshake a woman. I'm like, and let alone grab their butts. So I was like, I gotta say bye, Mike. And that was the end of our friendship.
You see me drunk. I would never touch a woman like that. The only thing that happens to Fear is when I get drunk, I talk more than I usually do. I act more goofy, but I know when to cut myself off. You know, and if I do drink when I'm out and about, I never drive home drunk. I'll be like, oh shit, I've had 5 shots of tequila. Oh man, I'm feeling kind of buzzed. Then I cut myself off. I go, all right, I'm done for the night. And then I literally go up to the bartender and go, I am going to drive home, but not right now. I'll wait till like 2 a.m. till the bar closes. And from 8 to 2, I'll be like, hey, I need to sober up. So I'm like, go ahead and give me that water. Go ahead and give me that coffee. I'll drink that. And then I'll go out to my car and take a nap and I'll sober up. And then when I'm sober, then I drive home. Because I remember one time in college, I was an idiot. Oh, I'll be fine. I'll get home. I didn't crash, Randall, but I drove home drunk once. And I cannot believe I made it home by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
I remember I was drunk, but I was still coherent. And I was all over, shaky, all over the fucking road. And I was like, holy shit, I could have killed someone. I almost could have gotten killed.
Yeah, you need to be more careful.
I almost hit like a telephone pole like 3 or 4 times. And after that night, Randall, I vowed to never drive home drunk. I was like stupid. I was like 23, 24. I just started, college. And I think it was right before because I didn't meet you right away in college, Randall. Remember, I met you after a couple of classes.
Right.
And this was before I met you. And I was like, I could have died. I'm such a fucking idiot to try and drive home drunk. And after that, I was like, a
lot of drunks don't think they're drunk when they're drunk.
Exactly. So I remember I was honest. I called my dad, and my dad's like, are you fucking nuts? He goes, why did you do that? And I said, I didn't want to inconvenience the people and stay at their house, Dad. My dad's like, John, don't ever do that again. He goes, are you all right? And I said, I'm fine. I said, I almost hit a few things. He goes, did you hit anything on the way home? And I said, no, I didn't. I said, I finally just parked the car and just slept in my car. And he goes, well, thank God. And then after I slept it off, Randall, then I finally got home all right because I was sober. But my dad's like, promise me you'll never do that again. And to that day, I've never done it ever again. So I learned my lesson quick. All right, Randall, so let's get back to the strengths. So how many strengths?
Hard worker. When you're funny, you're funny.
Okay.
Let me see what else.
I want to do yours.
Okay, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I want you to finish, and then I'll.
You're a very good conversationalist. You can carry a conversation for quite a while.
Okay.
Very generous.
Okay.
That'd be 4, and then number 5 is you loyal. So
I appreciate that, buddy. Now let's do the weaknesses. Be honest. Just tell me 5 weaknesses.
I already told you 4 of them. Patience, anger, and the third one is one we both have. We eat too much fast food.
Oh God, yeah, really. Yeah. I do that, but I've been trying to eat less. But I would be a liar if I said, oh no, I don't do that. No, I admit it. I do.
Yeah.
So what's the 5th one?
I don't know, but I got to go use the restroom really bad.
Okay. All right.
I'll be back.
So when we get back, we'll do your strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
All right. A lot of this has been on my mind, guys, for quite a long time. I've been wanting to get, because there's a lot of misconceptions about me. You guys know that I care about the fans. You guys know that I would do anything for the fans. Is Fears always in a happy mood? No, because no one is ever always in a happy mood. It's not like the Brady Bunch. Hell, I wouldn't want it to be like the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch, even when they were mad on that television show, they would talk to their mom and dad. I'm mad, but they would do it in a happy way. That's not how life works. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wish certain people would leave me alone, and I wish like some fans would come back, but Fears always means good intentions every single time I do my show.
And your 5th one is your memory. Sometimes I have to tell you things 10 or 12 times.
And Randall, I have been trying. The memory, I guess the older you get, the worse it gets, but I really try to remember as much as I can.
Did you get vaccinated?
I did.
Yeah, that may have been the reason.
Well, COVID was going nuts, Randall, and I didn't want to get sick. When
I got vaxxed, my memory took a major downturn.
But I don't
I used to do mentalism, and I used to go to this dinner theater called Thank You 5. They're not around anymore because they got close to COVID. But I did mentalism there, and I met everybody in the audience beforehand. I met the people at the concession stand. I met the people in the ticket booth. I met the host, and I did I said, everybody to raise your hand, and if I don't get your hand down, I will buy you a $10 glass of wine.
Mhm.
There were 26 people in the audience. I got all 26 people. I got the 2 people in the concession stand. I got the person running the ticket booth. I got everybody. So 26 plus 2 in the concession booth, that's 28. Then the host, 29. So 30 people. I could remember the names, the exact names of 30 people. But ever since I got vaxxed, dude, I can barely remember 2 names.
But I'll be honest, Randall. I don't think the vaccination had anything to do with my memory, because Randall, I've had a bad memory ever since you and me met. So before I had the vaccination, I've just always had a bad memory. Some things I can remember spot on.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like that. Like my buddy Eric was like, Fears, you can remember movies so good.
Well, I think a lot of that is you meet a person once and you forget it, but you repeat these movie lines and you watch these movies like 20 or 30 times. So, it's muscle memory. If you repeat something 30 times and you only repeat one thing once, you're going to remember the thing you did 30 times.
Better at it. Like when I meet someone, I don't say it out loud, but I say their name like 30 times in my mind to try to remember. So every once in a while I'll mess up on someone's name, but I mess up on their names less these days because
with Ghostbusters, you watched Ghostbusters like 1,000 times. So.
Over 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Over. I could recite it from dusk till dawn.
Yeah, you could probably recite the entire movie from beginning to end by heart.
Probably. I would maybe mess up on like a few words, but I could probably do it. Yeah. Probably. That would be
normal humans would never stack books this way.
I love it. Yeah. Well, he
oh my God, Bulgarian book stacking. Oh my God.
Well, he films it. He goes symmetrical book stacking. He goes just like the man turbulence from 1939. And then Peter Venkman goes, you know what? You're right, Ray. No human being would stack books like this. And the way he said it so sarcastically, I fucking lose my mind every single time because he says it sarcastically, but he does it like in a serious manner. Like his eyes like look over to Ray and he's like,
That's called deadpan.
Kind of deadpanning, yeah. He looks over sarcastically and he's like, you know what, Ray, you're right. No human being would stack books like this. And then Egon kind of like rolls his eyes. And then that's when Ray says the classic line, listen, you smell something? And then they continue on,
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't hear when you smell. You do both, but you do one thing and then you do the other. You sniff, you smell, you hear, you open your ear and listen, One
of the things about Ghostbusters is a lot of people don't realize it's a horror movie. When I saw that movie as a kid, it scared the shit out of me. It's a horror and a comedy, but it's also a horror. Like there are some legitimately super scary moments in that movie.
The moment where Dana is sitting on the couch, when I was a kid, it terrified me when the hands rip out of the couch, grab her.
Did you see one of those hands grabbed her boob? Did you see that?
Yeah, like 5 hands come out of
the couch. Yeah,
literally 5 hands come out of the couch. One goes on her mouth. One
goes over her crotch.
One goes over her crotch. One goes over her boob. And then one goes around her waist.
It was scary and it was hot at the same time.
And they turn the couch. The door opens up. You see the terror dog dripping like saliva out of his mouth.
And that dog is also scary as shit.
Oh, yeah. The terror dogs are going nuts, So I agree with Randall. It's both a comedy. And I think the reason they wrote it that way, have to scare you and have to make you like lose your mind and laugh. It's a good mixture of both, but it is terrifying. But it's my favorite film. There's not one scene that I would never. There's not Randall. It's perfect. There's not one scene that I would change in that film. It's so
well. Ghostbusters 1 is lightning in a bottle. You can't replicate that. Even the people who made it can't replicate it.
I'll give you
like Ghostbusters 2 was okay. Ghostbusters 3, it's okay.
Randall. Like Ghostbusters 2, it's good. It's a good film. Is it as good as number 1? No. Like number 1, I'll give you an example. Number 1. Perfect 10. Ghostbusters 2, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. It's good, but not as good as number 1,
Afterlife, maybe 8.5, 9.
Like when I reviewed it, for the fans, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's still a good movie. It's a good sequel. It is a good sequel. Yeah. But is it as good as number 1? Hell no. Hell
But
no.
even the people who made the film, it was exact same crew for Ghostbusters 2, and they couldn't replicate it.
Yeah.
You know.
And Randall, what's your favorite? Before I tell you your strengths and weaknesses, what's your favorite ghost out of part 2?
Vigo. Prince Vigo. Remember, I put Vigo in the very first episode of Fierce Man. Remember that?
Vigo's your favorite?
When Vigo's walking to when you're walking towards your door before you open it, like Vigo's there, and I have his eyes just moving.
His eyes like look over to Fierce Man before he goes in the apartment. That was all Randy's idea. Like, Randy, Fierce, I'm going to surprise you with something. And I went, okay. And he goes, I want you to watch it. And I didn't see it right away. I went, so what, Randall? I'm like, Fierce Man goes into his apartment.
I was like, look at his eyes, Fierce. Look at his eyes.
And no, remember you said, Fierce, watch it again. I watch it again. I still didn't get it. And then he went, Fierce, watch it a third time. It took me 3 times. Then I finally noticed it. Yeah. And I was like, Randall, that's fucking genius. Yeah. Fucking genius, you know?
Prince Vigo of Carpathia.
So that's your favorite. I've got 2. Oh, no. I've got 3 favorite ghosts. I think it's a funny scene when the guy says the Titanic showed up. And then the Mexican guy goes, well, better late than never. You see,
it was Cheech Marin.
Yeah, you see all of the dead Titanic crew members and the passengers walk off the fucking ghost of the Titanic. Uh-huh. So that one's one of my favorite. I love the ghost runner. You know, like when Peter Venkman is like, he's dressed up as a homeless man, and as the ghost is running with all the normal human runners, he hits the trap and the ghost runner flies into the trap. It's a real quick scene, but it's a great ghost.
What's funny about the Titanic one is like the ghosts are all the ghost activity takes place in New York. The Titanic sank somewhere out in the freaking Arctic somewhere. You know, like why would the Titanic hundreds of miles away?
I know the reason why they did that is because even though the Titanic sank in the Atlantic, it was sailing to America. And if it didn't sink, it was supposed to dock in New York City. You know that?
Yeah, I did know that, but it's hundreds of miles away. It's nowhere near
That's the reason why, is because all the ghost activity is in New York when they're fighting the ghosts in number 2. Yeah. If Titanic wouldn't have sank, it would have landed in New York City. It was supposed to dock there. That's why they did that. And then the third one, obviously, my third favorite is Vigo. I mean, Vigo's he's a pretty strong ghost. Yeah. Nothing against the Fratelli brothers and all that, you know, in the courtroom. That's still good, but those are my 3 favorite. All right, Randall, let's get to your strengths. Which one do you want me to do? Do you want me to do your weaknesses first? Or
let's do weaknesses.
Okay, so one, Randall already admitted to one of them. Eating way too much junk food. I worry about you, buddy. You know, like, you're more overweight than me, and I don't want you to die, you know, and I love when you're like when you're doing those exercise videos when you're walking. So please continue to do that, because I don't want one of my best friends in the world to die, you know?
Yeah.
I know everybody dies, but I don't want you dying early, you know?
Well, you know, I tripped down the stairs and I fractured my radius, but other than that, I haven't been to the doctor. Except for the fractured radius, I haven't been to the doctor in like 20 years.
Because I do worry about you, Randall. Like, you need to get you need to get like at least yearly checkups, and I'd love for you to go to the dentist whenever you have time, you know. And and I just don't want you to. What's the correct word? I don't know the word. I don't want you to wither away. I don't want you to die early, because obviously everyone dies. We have no control of that. Whenever you die, you die. But I don't want you dying early on me, buddy. You know, because you're older than me. You're older than me, Randall. So we definitely need to stop eating.
Honestly, I don't know if I want to hear any weaknesses, but yeah.
Why not? I mean, you did it with me. They're not bad, Randall.
You asked for it. I'm not asking for it.
I'm saying I have more weaknesses than you, Randall. You know.
All right, go ahead.
But they're not that bad. Like, that's the first one. You know, I would love for you to take care of yourself more with the weight and all that. Number two, you did bring it up. I would love for you to come visit me more. You know. Yeah. You know, when you can. I know sometimes it's out of your control, but try to make an effort, you know, to come visit me more, you know, because that's a big trip. I do appreciate you giving me gas money, though. Randall, anytime I come, Randall always hooks me up with some gas money, which I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Number 3, I would say whenever I'm talking to you, sometimes you shut down, Randall. Like let's say we have an argument, I'm trying to make a point. You do sometimes, like you'll hang up the phone, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I was trying to make a point, and now Randall's all pissed, and I can't I have to wait a couple of days.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we all.
Well, a lot of the times when I do that, I'm serious, and when you call back, you're a lot more respectful.
Yeah. And again, there's been times where it's appropriate to do that.
Because again, like I'm doing the work of like 40 people for virtually no money.
You make a good point. There's been times where I was way out of line, and Randall's like, you know what, Fears, fuck you. I don't have to put up with this, and hang up. There's other times where I was like, I was totally fine, and I was trying to make a point, and then I was like, oh, Randall, just shut the phone down.
A lot of the other times, you do have bad internet and phone. And a lot of the times that you think I'm not listening, I'm listening. The line went dead.
Yeah, no,
I can't hear you.
And I totally get it. Randall, and I don't hold that against you. Randall knows. It's happened to my mom, too. I love living in this apartment complex, but they so need to work on. There's something fucked up about the phone lines around here and the internet. Like this year I've had more internet problems, Randall, than I ever have in the whole 6 years I've lived here. From 2019, when I moved in, to 2022, I've maybe had a technician from my internet come out maybe twice, maybe 3 times. This year, I've had so many internet problems, I've had them come out 5 times so far.
Yeah. And Fears, here's the thing. These phone issues we're having, I don't have with any other people. I get calls from tons of people all the time. So that tells me that it's your phone.
It's not your phone. It's my phone. And the reason why, it's not even my cell phone. It's the internet lines around here and the phone lines. They don't.
Well, another reason is because the cell phone signal is going directly up into the air. Yeah. And you're in an apartment that has like 3 more stories. So if you would have lived on the top floor, that would be going directly into the sky. Yeah. But whenever you're in your bathroom,
I'm in the ground level.
It's horrible in the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't even even when I when I'm in the bathroom, I never try. I only take a call in there when I have to. The two greatest places to have a phone conversation is here and in the dining room.
Yeah, because there's like 3 more stories on top of you, right?
Oh, yeah. No, there's I'm on the ground level. There's 2 more stories. The worst place is to have a phone conversation in my apartment. I don't even go anymore. If I go into the kitchen and I'm having a phone conversation, it cuts out. If I go into my bathroom, it cuts out. So I don't blame that in you. So Randall, you really only had those 4 weaknesses. I can't think of a 5th one. So that wasn't that bad. Don't. you have more strengths than weaknesses. I have a good equal both. Now here's your 5 strengths. And some of them are some of mine. You are generous beyond belief. Generous beyond belief. You are a fucking hard worker. For sure, dude. You are.
Yeah, I wrote 3,338 words yesterday.
You know, Randall, sometimes, I mean, I know I'm a hard worker, but you're sometimes more harder worker than I am. But we're both hard workers. So generous, fucking hard worker. 3rd, great artist. 5, great friend. And a lot of sub things would go under that. Like biggest heart ever, generous, loyal, great advice. And the 5th one, I know if I was in a jam that you would do anything for me because I would do anything for you. Mm-hmm. Like I know sometimes you can't, but if I called you at like 3 a.m. and was like, Randall, I desperately need your help. I need you to come down right now. Like something terrible has happened. I need your help. I know you would be there. But I know if you called me at 3 a.m, it was like, Fears, I need your help. You know, something happened to my mom. I need you to like meet me at the hospital. Blah, something. I'd be like, oh, Randall, give me 5 minutes. I'll get a shower. And I'll be right there, buddy. Yeah. I know. I mean, I would be there. Yeah. So that. All right. So Randall. So I wanted to tell all that to the fans, and I wanted to tell you that a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about me. So I hope some of this clears up, and I hope things get better. I really do. And I mean, and we had this conversation here, and we had it, on the off camera. I think it will get better.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I would say half of it's my fault, and the other half is the trolls' fault too. I mean, they make a lot of shit up about me. tear me down. But what they need to understand is no matter what they do, I'll never quit YouTube. I'll never quit TikTok. Like I've told some of my fans, one of the worst ones is Randall, is I don't even know this guy. I have no idea what his name is. There is a guy on TikTok every couple of weeks. He says he'll write me a message. I've had to block him. Like, you know how many times I've blocked Quentin? I've probably blocked this guy on TikTok more than Quentin. I must have blocked Quentin at least 100 times, right? At least. This guy I've probably blocked at least 200 times. And he always makes up these channels that like insult me, like Fears has a little penis. I will cut off Fears' penis. I will kill Fears' grandmother. That's like his TikTok channel name. This guy who I don't even know if it's a guy. It could be a guy, it could be a girl. This person is insane, Randall. And he always writes me these long, in-depth messages. You're the most worst person in the world, Fears. He's even said that he's going to kill you, Randall. The shit that he's wrote is insane. Like, I can't wait. He says he's from Germany. I doubt he's from Germany, Randall, but he's said, I'm from Germany. I'm going to come to America. I'm going to kill your friend Randy. I'm going to kill you, Fears. I'm going to hunt your family down. I'm glad your grandmother is that old because it'll be that much easier to kill your grandmother. He's fucking insane. I don't know who this person is, but so I take a lot of shit from this guy, and I used to respond to him, but see, this guy's clever, Randall. Every time I responded to him, he would report my response to TikTok saying that I'm the abuser. So now I don't even respond to this guy anymore. I just erase his message and I just block. And I'm hoping that if I keep blocking him, he'll just give up. I really do, because this guy is insane, dude. So anyway. All right, Randall, it's your turn to ask me something. A lot of that shit was on my mind. Do you have any concerns, any things that you want to talk about before we move to the next topic?
No, not really.
Okay. Anything?
No.
I mean, feel free, because I wanted to catch up.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, now I want to catch up on some stuff. So, what have you been working on, like recently? Because I've been working on
the novel.
And how's the novel going?
Pretty good. I'm making my word count.
Now, can you tell me and the fans what the novel's about, or is that kind of like a secret project?
It's a mystery that takes place in a high school.
Nice. And now,
that's all I want to say. I don't want to spoil the plot for the people who want to read it.
I got you. Now, are you writing this novel for somebody, or is this going to be your new book? Because I know you've got a couple books out.
Oh, this is going to be my new book.
Nice. And you're gonna sell this one on Amazon too.
Yeah, it's going to be my second novel.
I like it.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't realize about novels is usually the first, second, third, fourth one don't take off. A lot of people like the author Dan Brown for the movie or for the book The Da Vinci Code. But what a lot of people don't realize is that was Dan Brown's fourth novel, and it was his fifth book because he wrote a children's book a long time ago. And then he wrote Digital Fortress, then he wrote Deception Point, then he wrote Angels and Demons, and then he wrote The Da Vinci Code. And when your book takes off, when that fourth or fifth or sixth book takes off, then all the people are like, well, The Da Vinci Code was really good. What else did he do? And then all the other books get, hits.
So is this new book like a is it like a murder mystery, or is it just a mystery book?
Murder mystery.
Nice. So kind of like Clue a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I'm trying to there's this one woman in my writers group writing a romance novel, and I jokingly said, "Did they get together in the end?" Because I was like,
"Yeah,
it's so predictable." Like obviously yes. I mean, it wasn't even in question. There wasn't even a doubt. I was like, "Oh, are they going to get together?" Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm glad you asked that question because let's just be honest, guys. Most romantic novels, oh, I love you, Jason. Oh, I love you, Cassandra. And they get together at the end.
It's so predictable. With this murder mystery, I got an ending that you're not going to see coming.
Most murder mysteries, when people read a book or watch a murder mystery movie, half the time the audience is trying to figure it out before the end. And then when they get to the end, they're like, oh, yep, I knew it. Or, oh, shit, I was way off,
Yeah. One of the things that I hate when watching a movie or a TV show, and this happens a lot nowadays, and I hate it. I hate the writers. I hate everybody who does it. Because there are some points in some shows where I'm like, I already know exactly what's going to happen. This character is going to do this. That character is going to do that. And then I watch the show, and it's exactly as predicted. There's no worse feeling of being halfway through a show or a movie and being like, I already know what's going to happen. I can just tell this writer has no originality, no creativity. I know what's going to happen. And then I turn out to be right. And I'm just like, son of a bitch, I wasted 30 minutes, 2 hours of my life. You know?
So what I've been working on recently, that was another reason why I was kind of depressed, Randall. It was just go, 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 go. You know what like really got the creative juices flowing again? Was celebrating my birthday at Disney. Everyone was so nice. They made my birthday and Halloween so special.
Yeah.
You know? And I love the Disney park. Some people in the community like Disney and other people don't. I've loved Disney ever since I was 5 years old. You know? I got to hang out with Mickey like 3 or 4 times. He's going to be in the vlog quite a few times.
You slipped Mickey a Mickey, right?
No.
Randall. I'm joking.
People within 3 seconds. Come on, Fierce. You slipped him something. No, I didn't slip him anything. No. So I've been stressed out about a lot of stuff. So that took the tension off a lot. So I've been working on streams, Randall. I've been working on getting faster with the vlogs.
Yeah.
The footage that I have for Halloween and birthday is gonna fucking blow the fans' minds, like in a good way. And then I just went to a convention, so it's just been go, 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 go. Work's been a little stressful too. I mean, I like my job, but it gets tiring after a while doing the same shit. Oh yeah, box, fucking scan, put it in the truck. Oh, fucking box scan. Oh, we're not putting them in the truck today. Okay, now I'm down in the pit and I'm putting the boxes near the fucking truck. So it gets tedious after a while, you know?
Yeah.
So I would love to find, I mean, I love my job, usually, but some days it gets fucking tiring, you know? Like I just signed up for my benefits. The benefits are great. Like I just went to the dentist, and I haven't went to the dentist like in 2 years. They pay my company paid for almost the entire visit. I think I only had to pay like $600, but the whole thing I had to get a crown, Randall. The crown was like $1,200, and they paid for the crown. The preparation for the crown, almost all of it. They said your benefits kicked in, Mr. Fears. They said you're looking at paying almost $500, $600. I said, is that it?
Here's just let you go. I got to go in 12 minutes. Just let you know.
Okay. And so they said, well, they said the total thing is like $1,230, but they said you're only going to have to pay like 500 and something. It was around 500 or 600, and then my company paid for the rest. So I love the benefits. I love the company. It's a great company, Randall. Just, you know, I don't know if I'd want to do it for my whole life, you know, because the Hollywood thing didn't work out. I would still, if I had my own way, I would love to work for an airline. My second passion has always been I love travel. I love flying. Ever since I was 4 or 5 years old, like my first time on an airplane was when I first met my British family. My mom said, I want my sons to have pride in their American culture and their British culture. And my mom said, I'm going to take you over to England and introduce you to all your cousins and your aunts and your uncles and all that. And I remember I flew on a plane when I was 5. And that was the first trip to England. And ever since then, I've always fallen in love with air travel, flying, traveling in general. Randall, if I could be a professional Google reviewer, that would be the greatest job for Fears ever. Like going.
That was what I was going to say, because you have more Google reviews than like some of the top Google reviewers out there. And they gave you socks, right? They sent you some socks.
And they also sent me a T-shirt. Now I forgot to tell the fans about that. The reason why my Google reviews are so high, I don't know why Google reviewers don't do this. Whenever you Google somewhere, people want to see a picture of the place. And I've looked at certain places, and if they do add a photo, it's only like 1 photo or 2 photos. I take a bunch of pictures. I'll do the Google review, and then let's say I go to a restaurant. I will take pictures of the restaurant outside, inside. If the bathroom's shitty, I'll take a picture of the bathroom and say they really need to clean up their bathroom. Because people, when they go to a restaurant,
they did that at the comic convention, right?
Yeah. So whenever you go somewhere, whether it's a hotel or a theme park, a resort, or a restaurant, most customers want a clean bathroom, a nice dining experience, and not the atmosphere to be nice. And so I hit all those key points, and Google wrote me and said, your Google reviews are doing great. And they said the views on your photos, like one of my photos on one of my first Google reviews is up to 1 million views. And I'm not even shitting you. Because they update every couple of weeks. They'll be like, oh, this picture's doing really good. This one's got 300,000 views. So they keep me updated on what photos and what Google reviews are doing good. So I thought, man, if I could turn this into a job, like if I do enough Google reviews, hopefully Google one time, so at some point will write me and say, you're so good at doing Google reviews, we want to hire you. I would jump on it in a heartbeat. So I love doing Google reviews. I love travel. So I would love to either do something in that field, or I would love to like work for an airline. Because I've told my fans this, Randall, just picture the amount of vlogs I could do whenever I wouldn't be working, and the travel vlogs, you know. So anyway, well, Randall, before you go, we're going to end it with, let's talk about what you want to talk about, because I don't think I'm going to save the last two topics for another day.
Yeah. Well, I did the magic show, competed in everything, didn't win anything.
I'm glad
I was up against a lot of really good magicians. Let's say, I mean, these people have been doing it for 20, 30 years. So
I'm proud of you nonetheless, though, because of these few things, guys. One, you were honest and told me the truth and the fans.
Yeah.
Two, Randall doesn't care about winning. You said, Fears, it was a great opportunity and it was a great learning experience. And you said, what did you say on the phone? You said, even though I didn't win and I didn't place,
one of the magicians gave me his book. That was cool.
But what did you say? Even though I didn't win and I didn't place, didn't you say
that means I have room for improvement?
Yes, yeah. I couldn't remember what you said. You said there's always room for improvement, and Randall, I love that about you.
Yeah.
Some people would get discouraged, like, oh shit, I didn't place. I didn't.
Well, I'm going again next year. I am going again next year.
That's good, Randall, and I hope next year not only do you do a lot better, but I hope next year you actually place or fucking win the thing.
Yeah. And then also one of the magicians was really nice, and he bought me a margarita pizza and a free Coke, so that was cool.
Now, explain to the fans before you go, what is a margarita pizza? I've never had that. What is that?
Oh, margarita pizzas are awesome. They don't have any margaritas in them, just to let you know.
No, but what are they though?
It's they put like little square cubes of like mozzarella cheese on it, and they put fresh sliced tomatoes.
Okay.
And they have garlic, they have basil, and they're super delicious. And they have like little bits of oregano and chives on them.
So it sounds good, but I don't know if I could eat that, because if I
you could not eat that.
If I eat big chunks of
it has cheese and tomatoes on it, you could not eat it.
But Randall, since that surgery, I can handle a little cheese.
Yeah.
Because I've had some pizzas, and I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I can have this. But I remember my doctor telling me, she goes, John, there's no way that you can eat tomatoes. That has so much acid in it. Like, the two things that'll kill my stomach. I can drink normal orange juice because they extract all the juice out of it, Randall. But if I bit into an orange, my doctor said, do you know how much citrus acid is in that? It would kill your stomach. They said, do you know how much acid is in a tomato? Now, I can have tomato, like ketchup sauce, on my burger because there's not much acid. But they said, John, if you just had a slice of tomato like on your burger, if you just bit into a tomato, there's so much acid in that it would kill your stomach. Randall, that's a good hilarious face there, buddy. Pretty funny. Yeah. But yeah, it just shows you like the acid in it would just kill my stomach.
Yeah, my mom can't have tomatoes either.
Well, Randall, if you ate that pizza, rate it for the fans. 1 being the worst pizza ever, 10 being the absolute best. What would you grade it?
Oh, I would say an 8.59. It was really good.
Pretty good rating. It's pretty good.
And then, this guy was really nice, and it wasn't the guy's photo that I sent you. The magician that I met was really famous one, and he was dropping knowledge bombs like no other. Like, see, what the Daytona Beach Magic Convention, a lot of people don't know. The first like 6 hours of the convention are called teach-ins.
Okay.
And what a teach-in is basically a famous magician will come in onto stage and he will show you how to do all of his tricks.
Nice.
Like
Awesome.
they'll have like famous magicians come in and be like, okay, here's how I do this, here's how I do this, here's how I make the birds appear, here's how I make the stuff disappear.
Mhm.
And then if you want, you can buy my book, you can buy my magic tricks. I got a magic deck that you can buy.
Nice.
So it's kind of like a master class in magic. So if you ever wanted to know how like Dan Sperry does his stuff, or Stuart McDonald, or Eric Olson, if you want to know how any of those magicians do their stuff, come to the magic show and they'll teach you for 6 straight hours. And they got like a little projector and they got cameras that project the magicians on the screen, so it's nice and huge.
I can't say this enough. I am so proud of Randel. Even though you didn't place, even though you didn't win anything, you still stuck it out. I remember we had this conversation on camera now and off camera, and you said fears, like you even said, I don't even care that I didn't place or win anything. You said there's always room for improvement, and I love that positive energy.
And it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, I remember
there were 3 contests.
Fun, and I was like, I'm so fucking proud of you, buddy. As a friend, as an outsider looking in, I'm like, I'm so proud of Randel. He's chasing his dream. He didn't place, but who cares? He still had a good time. He learned a bunch of stuff. Like you said, you went to that class. All those other great magicians showed you some new shit, so you can add that shit into your next performance or next year.
Yeah, and a lot of famous magicians was there, like Billy Debu was there, and Boris Wilde was there. He was a major card magician.
Oh, Randel,
and Stuart McDonald actually fooled Penn and Teller on their show.
I got 2 last questions about the show, and then I gotta take off because I always check the PO box on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and I haven't checked it yet. Because as soon as I get back from, it's 3:57. As soon as I get back from checking the PO box, I'm gonna have a late lunch, and then I'm gonna get to work on my next video.
Okay, next question.
So my last 2 questions are: what was the best trick that you did, like in your act? And then the second question is what was the best trick that you saw throughout the whole night from a different magician?
Ooh. There was a magician there. The best trick that I did has got to be it's in the magic DVD called I think it's like 101 Magic Tricks. But the best one that I do is is called Up to Her Old Tricks, where I make a person pick a card, and it's called forcing a card. When you make forcing a card is making a person picking the card you want them to pick without them knowing.
Okay.
So when you reveal that you know their card, they're like, "Oh my god, how did he know that? Like, is he psychic or something?" So that's what forcing a card is. So there's one card force that I do where they give me back the card, I stick it back randomly in the deck, and I show them the bottom card, and I'm like, "Is that it?" And they're like, "No." And then I take the card out, the exact same card, and then I shake it, and then I show them it, and it's their card. That's the best trick that I do.
And then
it's called Up to Her Old Tricks.
And then what was the best trick that you saw another magician do?
The best trick I saw another magician do, I gotta say, it was this one dude. He was super huge. He was probably like 350 pounds, but he was a really good magician. And he did this trick where he forced the 3 of diamonds on a person. Okay. And then he said, what I'm going to do is so everybody doesn't know that he knows what the card is, but the audience sees the card. So he took out a blindfold, he put it over his face, he tied the blindfold, and he goes, I'm seeing, he had an accent. I think he was like Latin or something. Goes, I am seeing a card. I'm seeing a card. Is it a black card? And they're like, no. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, black cherry. Is that black cherry? And the cherry colored card? And they're like, yeah. And then he goes like, is it a 2? And they're like, no. Is it a 1? And they're like, no. And is it a 3? Is it 3 of diamonds? And they're like, yes, it is. And then he takes off the blindfold.
Okay.
And then he turns the blindfold around. And there are 3 cardboard cutout diamonds on the blindfold. So
Yeah.
He knew the entire time what the card was.
I would love to see that show. Like, I would love to see that trick live, Randall.
And then another good one was
when you saw that trick. When you saw that trick, were you like behind the scenes, or once your act was done, did you sit in the audience and watch that guy do the trick, or were you behind?
For this one, I was in the audience.
Okay, I was just curious.
Well, let me tell you the three things that I took part in.
Okay,
there was the stage show.
Okay.
The stage show was nerve-wracking because I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and be there by 7.
Mhm.
And then there was rehearsals at 8, and then at 9:30 was the actual show.
Okay.
That was the stage show. And then the second thing I participated in was the Strolling Magician Show, which is you basically go to the Daytona Beach News Journal Center and you just do card magic for random people around the place. And they give everybody a card and they say, okay, number 6 was good. Didn't like number 7, didn't like number 8, number 10 was okay.
Mhm.
I was number 6. And then that was the Strolling Magician Show. And then the last one they had was the Close-Up Magic Show, and I really entered that at the very last minute. Like everybody was like, "Randy, go up, go, do it." And I was like, "Really?" I'm like, "There's only like 5 minutes until the show," and they're like, "Who cares? Just do it. Just go for it. Just go and do it." So I went to Eric Olson, who was really super cool magic guy. He was the host of the show. I go, "Look, I know it's kind of late in the game, but do you mind if I, do some card tricks in the close-up magic?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, go wild, sign up."
Nice.
So yeah, the close-up magic was very, very, very extremely last minute. And I did the close-up magic show, and one of the judges was kind of harsh. He said, you need to like tape yourself and watch that when you do the magic. But like all the audience members that I talked to said, "Randy, you are freaking hilarious." And one of the people that thought I was freaking hilarious is the guy that bought me the margarita pizza and the Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he said, "Man, it sucks that you lost, but I'm going to buy you a margarita pizza. Have a Coke with me and we'll just have dinner. We'll exchange."
You had a really good time, Randall. I mean,
it was so much fun, dude. It was basically like, here's how I would describe it in one sentence. Okay. It's like Comic-Con for magicians.
Nice. I like that. Well, Randall, I want to thank you for being open and honest with me, because a lot of that shit was on my mind for weeks on end. Yeah. And, sometimes I'm good at expressing myself and other times I'm not, Yeah. I think guys in general, sometimes it's hard for us to express our true feelings, I hold a lot in. My dad was like that. My dad eventually would open up.
Yeah.
And I don't do it just because my dad did it. A lot of guys, we have to be these strong guys all the time. And then eventually we break down. Eventually everybody breaks down at some point.
Well, I don't talk about my problems.
Yeah. I don't like
if somebody can help me with something, I'll mention it. But like, if people can't do anything about it, I just don't.
I don't like to break down, but I do like to talk about, whether it's on camera or off camera, I like to talk and try to find a solution to my problem.
Yeah. Typically, a lot of my problems are unsolvable, so I just like keep it to myself and just.
See, a lot of mine are reverse. A lot of mine are solvable, but sometimes I don't know how to like go about solving them. So that's why I like not debating, discussing. Hey, Randall, what would you do in this situation? That's why a lot's been on my mind. So I even told you before the stream. I said I think some of the fans need to hear this, because I want to apologize to my loving and loyal fans that sometimes I get in these moods, and there's a reason why I get into these moods. And there's a lot of pressure too. I never want to let the fans down. I always try and do the best content I possibly can. Yeah. I always try and get the content out as fast as I can. Sometimes I get depressed, and then I hadn't been inspired in a while, but ever since I went to Disney, I've been less stressed out because it was so much fun, Randall. Now, I will admit, I was exhausted after those 3 days because it was just Disney, go, 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 go. But it was a nice, relaxing, like, I guess, mini vacation, if you will. It really wasn't a vacation. It was just me celebrating my birthday and Halloween, but two of my favorite holidays, But
my problem is I want to get my own. I want to get my own place. But I told Mom, I said, "Mom, I promise I will never put you in a home. I will never, ever put you in a home. As long as you're alive, I will take care of you.
Well, that just shows how good of a son you are. Because Randall,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I would never put my mom in a home. Never, ever.
I said, as mom, as long as you can take care of all your bathroom stuff, I will take care of you until the cows come home.
Because that's like, I'm not dogging nursing homes. Some nursing homes are wonderful.
Nursing homes are notorious for abusing the elderly.
Yeah, and I think that's horrible.
Notorious.
But again, Randall, that's not all of them. Some are like that. Some are really nice, you know. But I would never take that chance. Even if my mom had dementia and she was losing her mind, I would just talk to my brother and talk to the rest of my family and say, look, we're not putting her in there. Let's figure out a way to take care of her at someone's house or my house or some family member's house, and we'll do the best we can, you know. Because I love my mother as you love your mother. I try and be I always Skype with my mom at least once a week. I call her at least once a week. I call my grandmother at least once or twice a week because she's getting older. And then every holiday, I always send, you know, cards. And especially around Christmas time, I go fucking nuts. You know, I always buy my brother a present, my brother's wife a present, because me and her, we get along. We're friends. I always buy Enzo something from PetSmart, you know, whether it's a chew toy. He really loves tennis balls. So probably this year I'll buy Enzo a shitload of tennis balls. And then I always get my mom a nice gift. And then, of course, Fears always buys a gift to Fears from Fears, because that's always nice, Randall. You know.
Yeah, but I kind of painted myself into a corner with that promise, though. But because, like, I mean, honestly, no girl who's, you know, of good reputation wants a guy who still lives with.
But Randall, here's the thing: they should understand your mom hasn't got too many years left. You're doing the right thing. You're taking care of your mom because you know your mom has taken care of you for so many years, you know.
Yeah.
And eventually,
and I feel obligated to take care of her.
And eventually, I'm not trying to hurt your mom's feelings. Eventually, you're going to live out your mom, just like I'm going to live out my mom, because my mom is almost 70, and your mom is 70 plus years.
74, yeah.
They are. So my mom's going to turn 70. Here in like 2 or 3 years. My mom.
What's up, Richie? He says, hi, Fears. Hi, Randy. How's it going, Richie?
My mom,
Richie, you're coming into the end of the show. I actually got to go, Fears. I got tons of laundry to do, and I need to go. So I will talk to you later.
My mom is 68 right now, so I understand. But I'm telling you, before you go, things are going to get better on my account and both on your account. You know, I genuinely believe that. You know, just some things, you know, you got to work out. People, the fans understand. People have, you know, problems, and you have to work these out. But Randall, before you go, I want to thank you for coming on. Thank you so much for your friendship, your honesty. We will get to those other topics another day because I'm going to go too right after you leave.
Yeah, I told you, like, sometimes you stretch out one topic for the entire show.
Well, the reason why is because I had so much in that first topic.
Yeah.
You know, I thought in my mind, I said, if we don't get to those other two topics, I'll save them for tomorrow. I really wanted to talk about that main topic because a lot was on my mind, buddy. Okay. So go ahead and plug your channel real quick, buddy.
Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic.
Awesome. Well, check out Randall, my good buddy. You know, he's pumping out those cartoons. He's popping out those magic videos. He's popping out those surprise videos. Whenever Randall has a spark of inspiration, Randall will make those. And Randall, I love you like a brother. You're the best, buddy. And guys, follow Randy. Give him some likes. Give him some comments. Give him some views. Shout out to Lord Randall. Lord Randall. All right, Randall. I will see you later, buddy.
All right. See you. Bye.
Peace out, Randall. All right. That was Randall. Richard says it's going good. Well, Richie, I'm sorry that you missed a lot of the show because I'm going to go here in a couple of minutes because I have to go check the P.O. box. I have to make some late lunch, and then I need to get on some edits, you know, myself. But go ahead and follow my buddy Richie. Follow my friend Randall at Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. Follow my buddy Sega, the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on Sega Camp 22 on the old, whatever the hell it's called, Twitcho, twitching it up, whatever the fuck you young people do, you know. Follow Fears at FearsMan26 on YouTube. Follow Fears Vlogs. Follow the old FearsMan26 on the old TikTok. It's Richie. I'm glad that you're doing TikTok. I've been keeping up with your TikToks. Some pretty funny shit, buddy. You know, I'd say the Chucky one is probably the most fucking hilarious one. Thanks to all the fans. I think we had, throughout the whole show, it was somewhere between 8 viewers and 12 viewers. We've got 11 viewers right now, so I thank you for that. Thanks for all the likes, the comments, the views, everything, for all my loving and loyal fans. And I'm looking forward to hopefully getting more fan mail. I would love to get weekly fan mail and just to give back to the fans, because like I said before, and I'll say it again to you guys, and I said it to Randel, my main goal, my 3 main goals for Fears Vlogs and Fears Man 26 is to entertain the fans, to have a good experience, you know, a good time, and to put out high quality content, you know, as best I can. You know, those are my 3 goals. Oh, I'm sorry, and to make people laugh. Those 4, and to make people laugh. So yeah, I knew I was forgetting one. Anyway, God bless, guys. Hopefully that patches a lot of things up. Hopefully I've crushed a bunch of rumors. Hopefully things will get better. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will, because, and it seems to already be having a good effect, because more people are commenting, more people are watching. So, but again, I don't know why people are boycotting me, nor do I care. I would like to know the reason why, but if I never find out the reason, I don't really care. And hopefully some people that are taking breaks, like Pixel and a few others, hopefully they'll come back. If they don't come back, that would be a shame, but I hope they do come back. Anyway, I'm taking off. The P.O. box awaits, lunch awaits, and me editing a video tonight awaits. And unfortunately, I have to set up the tree again. I accidentally tripped on something. I think it was like a wire or something. I fell on the fucking tree. Thank God none of my ornaments broke. Last night, before I went to bed, I actually got the tree back up. So I've got the lights there. I've got the pumpkins. I've got the orange lights on. I've got Chucky sitting by with a knife. I got Stay Puffed. I got the hockey mask. That's what I got so far. I will reveal the main product once I put back all the ornaments and all the little doodads, and once I get, I've already got some presents that I need to wrap under the tree. Some of my family sent me some presents. I'm going to wrap them because they just sent them in a brown box. Now, I haven't opened up the box yet, but I've selected some black wrapping paper to go with the Halloween type of Christmas tree. I'm not doing Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm just doing a Halloween Christmas tree, because Halloween and Christmas are my 2 favorite holidays. All right. Well, I'm taking off, but Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys, and this is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. What a great show, guys. And look forward to more vlogs, more streams, more positivity, more energy, more epicness, and everything else. So it's coming soon. All right, this is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. And I'll see you guys later.